Yeah, good evening. It's Jim from JAGfx.com. It is Tuesday, the 17th of December 2019. 1 week and 1 day away from Christmas Day, Wednesday next week. This is just my weekly analysis video where I go over a few things, show you all the charts, all the pairs that I'm trading with the high probability method on the daily charts, and also I think there's one chart that's got the mod MACD method on there. We'll also have a look at a few other things around the JAGfx site just to make things easy. So we'll go to the JAGfx Facebook group. So welcome to all the new members that have joined. Been quite a few, 30 new members this week. So we're racking up the numbers. In here, obviously, I always suggest if anyone's new to the group, please read this top announcement post from Christina. It basically, if you click on there, see more, it tells you where everything is. In a nutshell, if you go to files on the left here, also remember you got this search option. Say for example, you're struggling with a Mac, you don't know how to load on a Mac, you can just put Mac in here and it'll take you to all the posts that are Mac related. There's a fair few, lots of people got Macs. Or you can go into files, which is here, and you click on that and it'll take you to all this information here, all these extra resources, and even I think there's, say for example, the same Mac question. There's something, I thought there was, resources for Mac users. So in here is plenty of information, FAQs, multiple trade spreadsheets, my trade results, we'll look at that in a minute, trade screenshots, there's plenty in here. So as I said, have a look around and you might be surprised what's actually in here. All right, moving right along, we'll go to the spreadsheet and have a look. Now, I call my trades every day in the Facebook group, except not today because there wasn't any. And I go to the spreadsheet here. So I've got a few spreadsheets down the bottom here. HP, high probability, and mod MACD, MM combined. So it's on this one. This is the current spreadsheet we're doing. We've been doing it since the 26th of June 2019 on the daily charts only, up to trade 451. You can see, all right, if you see, I'm going to add a new column in, Divergence. I'm going to go through all these trades, probably not straight away. I'll work my way through. And here comes a local vendor with his motorbike past the house, as usual, right on cue. So I'm going to add another, any of these trades we're taking on Divergence, I'm going to put either hidden, H for hidden or R for regular. And I'll go through them all. I'm curious myself. But anyway, moving on. If you see yellow like this, it means the trade's been partially closed and I'm waiting for another close. So I've already got some figures in there. If you see this green color, it basically means a break-even trade or close to it. Blue is a winner. So that's a winner. Not a huge one, but it's a winner there. And this reddish color, ugly red color as I always call it, is a losing trade. So, and white, when it's blank still, obviously no action's been taken on it. So I do make the occasional comment on the side here. So that's the spreadsheet that's available to everyone, shared spreadsheet, and it's in that files folder. Normally what I do is that with the daily candles, with my local time, which is Vietnam, I get up at 6 a.m. and I go straight on the charts. So then I rip through my 30 pairs, as you can see here. There's 30. This is my list of pairs. This is the next sheet, HP and MM results. So I rip through the 30 pairs. I write down on my notebook next to me, next to my laptop here, what I'm doing. Then basically I'll go straight to the Facebook group and advise the Facebook group. So if any new trade, so it's 1 hour after the New York new daily candle opens, so that ticks over at 5 a.m. for me. I get up at 6. I could probably get up at 7. I just got other things to do, so I just make sure I get out at 6 or close to it. So I'm basically posting these trades as soon as I take them, which is a good thing. All right, so this is the pairs I'm trading in alphabetical order, and just the results in pips and profit loss per dollar. Not sure how entirely accurate it is. It's pretty close, and you can look here the amount of pips overall, which is, it's a deceiving number, as is the Profit loss in dollars overall, it's all based on a 0.02 lot. So there's my start date. So that's just overall results. Now let's have a look at the Forex calendar. I always use Forex Factory, and this is just, I've only got high impact, which is the red, and medium impact, which is the orange. So we're we're still in Tuesday, which is up here. Tuesday, 17th of December. Next news out is 8:30, which is about 25 minutes from now, because this is all in local time for me, and it's just low, medium impact stuff, so nothing to get too concerned about. It's not until tomorrow, 4:30, pound CPI figures, then Canadian CPI figures a few hours later. The big one this week probably is the employment numbers, GDP out of New Zealand early, then employment numbers out of Australia, and then you got Japanese interest rate policy statement and press conference. That's not going to go anywhere. You got pound retail sales, and there's more. The other big ones are the UK interest rates. Not expecting to change there, but it could have an effect on the pound pairs. Just be careful. And Friday, current account out of UK, CAD, core retail sales. So yeah, it's just good to have a look at this, especially on the lower time frames, just get an idea what's happening. Always look at it every week, every day. I'll have a look, see what's coming up. If I am trading on the lower time frames, I want to be aware of this stuff, especially the high impact ones, especially anything that involves around employment numbers or interest rates, etc. All right, let's go and have a look at the charts. So we'll go to my profile. Where is it? Here it is. So this is my profile of all the pairs I'm trading. Not in alphabetical. Oh, they are in alphabetical order here, but they're not a lot across the bottom. Doesn't matter. And if they're indented like this, means there's no trade on. Extended like these means there's trades on. So we'll go through them one at a time. Now, when I talk, I may be talking too fast for some might not understand my Australian accent. You can slow the video down. You can use the speed controls on YouTube, or you can pause it and read my notes. I normally put notes on charts if there's trades on. If not, if there's no notes like this one, the pound yen, there's no trade on. You'll just see what the chart is and what my pips to date are. That's all you'll see. And then a few trend lines, and then I'm drawing. Now, this is my high probability setup. Everyone knows about it. It's nothing hard. Now, I draw trend lines in advance. So here, when you see red, it generally means bearish. So here I'm thinking there's a possibility. It's got to be confirmed. It hasn't been confirmed yet. A possibility of regular bearish divergence setting up. When you see a grey vertical line like this, it just means something got my attention. Here is a possible trade setup. Remember, MACD platinum below zero level, and a green QMP dot means a buy. Now the MAs were changing. We're coming into the UK elections, and here's the. It's basically gone. That was the UK election that day there. The general election just when was it? Last week. So it was on the 13th. It's gone up, what? This is just a pound yen. Went up 364 pips roughly. It's already come back there in 2 days later. So it's gone up, come down. I didn't take that trade. We're heading into the elections. And if you look to the left there, it's just that sideways action. Didn't like the whole setup. I was overexposed on the pound already, so I gave it a miss. Moving right along, USD CAD. Nothing doing here. If you see a blue, like an aqua blue trend line, it's generally me just drawing double tops, double bottoms, something like a resistance or support level, or possibly a trend line across highs or lows or something like. Just something I'm looking at. It's got my attention. So in this case, no trade on, nothing doing. Tough pair for me to trade sometimes, the US CAD. Aussie CAD daily. Now here we start trades. Now when you see blue vertical line and blue horizontal line at that intersection is where I took a buy trade. Red vertical line and red horizontal line is where I took a sell trade. Green trend lines signify some sort of bullish divergence. In this case, there was hidden bullish divergence. You can read my notes. So we've got lower low on the oscillator on the MACD Platinum and higher lows on the price. And I've drawn this blue aqua line across here because now we've sort of got a triple top. We had a double top, now we've got a triple top. Or resistance level, whatever you want to call it. If you move it along a bit, you could even see that one's probably a part of it too. And if you extend it, hang on, so if I just put my crosshairs, extend it, go further left, you probably see here, got support too. So you can read my notes. I buy, I've got the price where my stop is. High risk trade is trading into the MAs. So these are normally in chronological order down. So I took the buy first. It's into the MAs. It wasn't a great setup. And as it turns out, I got hammered and reversed, and I took a hedge sell trade. I did have an initial stop. Because I took the hedge, the stop was down below these lows here. Because I took a hedge sell, I removed my stop. So you can read my notes, took the sell. Now, it went up against me. I was hoping for another buy. Didn't get it. That's what that grey vertical line was, because I saw a blue dot in the MACD Platinum just below the zero level. Didn't get it. Now, I'm probably in a little bit of trouble here. I'm going to have to wait for this to roll over and look for another buy and get myself. At the moment, I'm locking in a loss there. And it was all a bit too tight, that initial trade, and I probably shouldn't have taken it. In the meantime, it's probably set up for a good sell. But hindsight. So locked in a loss there, just waiting to take further action. Here's one of my problem trades, Euro New Zealand. Look at this MACD Platinum. It's been below the zero level a long time. That's very rare. Here's one of these blue trend lines I've drawn. Now, if you see yellow dashed line horizontal, that's an overall break even. I normally put the overall break even price and what my overall position is. Plus, it means I'm net long. Minus means I'm net short. So you can read my notes. All sell trades closed in this sequence. So now high risk is no downside protection. So I've closed all my sells in here somewhere, and I've taken buys. I've got all these buy trades, 1, 2, 3, 4. You can see my notes there. And there's my overall break even up here. So really, and it's, even when I took this one, it went against me. Now it's starting to pull up. Hopefully we'll get it up close to this overall break even. Got a few pips in the bank. So even if I get close, it might not be such a bad thing, but hopefully we can get up there and get through that. If not, I might have to keep on working this pair. You can get a little bit creative with trade management. Don't be scared. You can just have a bit of it on the daily chart. You've got plenty of time to think, so you can even if you just go to a notebook and pen, you sit down and work it out and use the multiple trade spreadsheets. And if I close this, what happens here? Don't look at the big picture. Just don't look at each individual trade. Look at the whole basket of trades. And this is a good example. CAD Swiss. It's a bit of a nightmare. The thing is, like I always say, this is a slow-moving pair. Like if you go have a look back here in time, it just sort of meanders up and down. It's not a pair. It intimidates me. Has the occasional big move, but look at that, come straight back, up, down, up, down, up, down. So, and everything's pretty tight in here. That's an old one. That one up there. We'll get rid of that. So everything's pretty tight in here. So I can just slowly try and work my way out of this nightmare. It looks like a real dog's breakfast. I've got trades everywhere as prices just bouncing around, and I'm trying to work out. There's something I did notice, big negative swap, which is the overnight interest rate on the sell side. Sometimes I make notes like this, head and shoulders. So we come down here, there's a shoulder, up and down, there's a head, and another shoulder there. It's not working out, but that's my overall break-evens up here. You can see my level. Just read about all the trades there. Bit of a nightmare. MACD's below the zero level, so it's just a matter of waiting and see what happens. Ideally, I like to see it push up a bit, close a couple of these buy trades, then maybe take more sell trades or something like that. Just work my way out of that. Got a couple of pips in the bank. Not as fast-moving pair. And here's the third nightmare in a row. New Zealand CAD, again, similar to that Euro New Zealand, just the other opposite way. I've closed all my buy trades. High risk is no upside protection. So I've got sell down here, sell down here, sell, sell. got a few pips in the bank. There's my overall break even. It's just here. It's not that far away. You can read my notes. So now it's starting heading again. Took a sell up here, went against me. More divergence there. So that's regular bearish. And we're off to we're heading down now. So at least we're heading in the right direction. Might take a while, but we'll get there. All right, Aussie yen. This is one I had hidden bullish divergence originally. I took this buy trade in here with this grey. Then I've got this reversal in here. You can just see that red dot in there. Since that was in profit just by a few pips, I think 8 pips or something, I just closed that buy trade and ignored that sell trade. Got another buy trade in here. Took that. It went up to this previous high or close to it. So I took half off the table. You can read my notes. 13th of December close 0.01 and stop set down below the lows here. So it puts me in a no lose position. And you can see I've already starting to draw red bearish divergence lines in. Possible setting up for regular bearish divergence. Hasn't been confirmed yet, but it's potential. So every day when the MACD moves up, I just move this trend line up a little bit. Always looking to have my charts ready, so when I look at it, I've got a fair idea what's happening. I don't have to start thinking too much, because as I said, I'm looking at these charts about 2 minutes after I get out of bed, so sometimes the eyes aren't quite open and the brain's not fully functional, but it's just the way I roll. So, all right, so as I said, you can read my notes. So overall break even at POE is point of entry, and I'm down to 0.01, so that's point of entry, so it's above it, but it looks like it's rolling over. Possible I could even look at, you could even make like a note, say, like across here, make that blue and say that's a double top sort of thing. I like double tops on the daily charts, double tops, triple tops, all that sort of stuff. I tend to trade them whenever I see them. Doesn't matter what everything else is doing. Remember, it's not an exact line, it's just a zone. So prices come up here, like I talked about in a few videos. See, we've got price comes up on the left here, comes down, pullback. So there's your low, high, low. So A, B, C, or 1, 2, 3. Then we've got a new high up here, which is great. Pulls back, which is great. This low stays above this low. It's great. And it pulls up. Don't worry about this. It's just a bit of rubbish in there. But then it goes up. It struggles to break this low again. So to me, that says structure. It's weak. The market's weakening. Not it could just drop back and go straight up. I'm just trying to give you an idea how I'm thinking. You look at market strength, and that to me says it's weakening. So this will probably come down. Now the MACD Platinum's above the 0 level. I'm probably looking to sell. So see how we go. Euro CAD. Here it comes up, and here it is in a sell, and they've been the sell from back here somewhere. You can see all my notes. Bang, bang, bang. What have I got here? Regular bearish divergence here. And got that sort of double. At the start, I took that sell was like a resistance level, double top. It's come down, popped up, and actually touched it again. And all I did is extend this blue line across, and it's sort of going nowhere. Again, it's a CAD piece. So the CAD's out to get me. I'm sure it is. I love Canada too. I went there once back in the 80s. Great place. Love to go back. So yeah, it's going nowhere, but we're in a sell. I'm not taking any. Don't know what I'll do here. I've got a stop in place. Red dotted line's a stop, by the way. I'll probably never explain that. So moving right along. New Zealand USD, again, nothing happening at the moment. I like trading this pair. It's gone up a long way. You can see the MACD Platinum's rolling over. It's generally a sign that price will roll over too. Lines are in place, trend lines are in place for a possible, potential, regular bearish divergence. So higher highs on price, lower highs on the MACD Platinum. Still has to be confirmed, but the way it's rolling over at the moment, it may happen tomorrow morning. No trade on at the moment. Aussie Swiss franc. Another trade that's going against me. Similar to that one what was it? 80 CAD, I think it was. Had initial trade back here, hidden bullish divergence, high risk traders, price is already in the MAs. Look, that's where when I trade in there, already in the MAs, I took the trade, probably shouldn't have, hindsight, got a head sell, took my stop off, and got a third buy, pushed up, there was my overall break even, didn't quite get to it. The good thing is, this is probably the good thing, is even though price has gone against me, and that's my overall break even up here, the MACD Platinum's still below the zero level. See, it's just rolling over now. So if I get another sell, I'll take another hedge here. Then I'll look for another third buy to take up. That's the plan. This is a slow moving pair also, so it's not stressing me out yet, but I was just trying to take as many of these hidden divergence trades as possible, but I should look for better setups. That was probably a stupid one. We'll see how we go. Second buy was a bit late on entry too, because by the time I woke up, the market had already moved in an hour, but that's just happens. Sometimes it goes the other way, sometimes it goes against me. Euro Swiss in nothing at the moment. Again, setting up for looking at possible divergence. There's a double chart. There's already been a sell signal there. It's probably just going to have to wait now. Swiss franc, Japanese yen. This one's going all right. Took a buy back here based on hidden bullish divergence. That was not a bad setup. The MA's already tightened up. And I closed half when the MACD Platinum went through the zero level, and I brought my stop up. So now my stop will remain there until I get a red dot on my MACD Platinum. Once I get a red dot on my MACD Platinum above the zero level, I will then probably go down to, say, a 4-hour chart or something like that and look for a place to put my stop somewhere. And the way it's gone up, we'll just quickly zip over to a 4-hour chart. Look, you could bring your stop up, say, maybe below here or below here. This thing's going up, so at the moment I can't see a red dot on this because it's normally across those two lines there, and it's not happening anytime soon by looks, unless there's something drastic happens. So we're in a buy, looking good, got a few pips there. That'll turn that negative into a positive, hopefully. Euro yen, now this is a little bit different. I took a buy back here, it's gone up, I've taken some action, I closed half. Probably had my stop somewhere down here, and now I've since moved it up to here. There was another buy. I think I took a sell in there also, made a few pips. I think I did. Yeah, and that's already been out. And I took a buy in here, and that's been closed out also. And I ignored that grey vertical buy area. I was already in one, and I didn't like how close the MACD Platinum was to the zero level. In hindsight, it would have been a good little trade. Already started drawing my possible divergence, bearish divergence now. We're in profit here, locking in, like, what's that? It's up 450 pips roughly. I've got half a position on, so we're doing all right. That's the Euro Yen. Like I said, you can pause the videos, read my notes, and I know I talk a bit quick, and it might be a bit quick for people that don't quite understand the method. USD, Japanese yen, got a buy, hasn't really taken off. I was a bit concerned because it was at the high already, or close to that previous high. We look at the MA, super tight. Remember, that's a 240 linear weighted, 100 EMA and 50 EMA. Now, they're just a guide to give me an idea of trend. That's all they're for. 240 can act as support and resistance. It's a bit of a magnet. It's probably the equivalent of a 200 EMA. I just use a 240 linear weighted. There's no particular reason. They're very tight at the moment. Got the support level here. Took the buy. You can read my notes. And we're just at my point of entry at the moment. And the MACD Platinum's just about at the zero level. So I might just see a couple of days. And if it doesn't take off, I'll just close it out or something. Euro USD in nothing at the moment. Again, trend lines drawn. Got a few pips in the bank. Potential bearish divergence. but nothing as yet. It's having trouble breaking this level here. If it rolls over, it'll be nice sell trade. If it keeps on going up, then I have to reassess it. But in the meantime, just wait and see. Aussie, New Zealand took a sell up here. It was a big one. I was already in a sequence. Worked out well for me. I've already closed most of it. Wow. What am I reading? Yeah, I'm down to 0.01 now from back up here. So it's a good move down. So that's it's not a big fast moving pair, but that's it's down 350 pips or so. Then I followed this up with a buy in here, and this is regular bullish divergence. You can see MACD is going up, price is going down. Stop in place for the buy, stop in place for the sell. Overall break even 101,217. That's off the charts. It's probably down below. There it is there. Positive, price is well above it. It's good. So it's a good spot to be. So that's my overall break even for both these trades. Look at the MACD's heading up now. Price is starting to look like it's starting to head up, but then it pulled back again. So who knows? This thing went up, basically went sideways, went down, back to where it started. It's a tough one to read. I don't understand the fundamentals between the Australian and New Zealand because pretty well much, if you look at the Aussie USD and the New Zealand USD, they're fairly well correlated at most times. All right, so but it's all good at the moment. Pound Aussie. Now, this one I'd hedged. So I'm hedged all these trades. There's a fair few on. You can read my notes. I had to hedge it at before the vote because I wasn't going to take the chance. Got a couple of buys on and a few sells, different position sizes. You can see my notes about UK elections. Now, as I said, on the pound yen, after the election, price shot up, and now it's already starting to head down. Not so obvious on the pound Aussie. And I've just got to reassess and wait to see what happens. And you got to remember too, even though the Boris Johnson won the election handsomely, he's now today or on the weekend, yesterday, whatever it was, he's trying to get some amendment through legislation where, a possible no-deal Brexit could still happen. I don't understand the full explanation of it, but you can read up on it. I think I posted something in the Facebook group and Telegram group about it, a story that relates to it. So there's still going to be some possibly volatility on the pound pairs because, with that Brexit coming up, depending on what sort of break they have from the EU, no one really knows what's going to happen to the pound. The UK could take off, prosper with new trade deals with other countries like Australia or the US, Canada, etc. But then again, it might fall in a big heap because they haven't got that safety stock from the EU. I don't know. As you all know, I'm not a fundamentalist, but it's just something to be aware of. So I'm reluctant to trade many of the pound pairs until after the new year sort of starts. But we have got a few pairs on. Like, oh, there we go. That's a quick jump up. Euro, Great British Pound. This is one I am in. Was in a sell well before the election, so it's come down nicely. I've protected my position. And there's my stop there. And it looks like I'm going to be stopped out shortly, so I'm going to sell there. Surprisingly, I made a few pips on this pair. I don't know how. It's not one of my favourites normally. You can see the MAs are starting to spread, so it gives you indication it's a downtrend. So here we have potential regular bullish divergence happening, but I'd be reluctant to take it still. I don't know. I'll wait. Maybe it could keep on going up. And as I said, there's a lot of uncertainty around the pound pairs, but at the moment, this one's looking all right. And it's probably recovered everything from the election. Euro, Aussie. Another one of these ones I try to get a bit cute. Hidden bearish divergence. Here it was here. And concerned that the 240 LMA may act as a support level. So when I took the trade, I was right on the 240 LMA. And here I was. I made notes at the time, and it proved me right. Price went straight up. So I took a hedge buy, thinking this will I'll kill this. Then it comes straight back down, and I took a second sell. Now, by the time I took that sell, it looks like I've gone through my break-even level. That had already happened. That had already happened. Then by the time I got in the trade, that's already been down and headed back up. And I had to take it because that's my rules. Now I'm in a bit of a problem because the MACD Platinum's below the 0 level. So there's my overall break-even here. I'm minus 0.06 net, and everything's above up there. So I'm going to have to let this maybe take another buy, hedge buy, then look to clear out and come down to the sell side. Got a few pips in the bank. It's a pretty steady pair to trade, usually the Euro Aussie, so but that's a little bit ugly and not quite right, and I'll say good strong chance I may get a buy tomorrow. Who knows? But yeah, that initial trade wasn't a smart one. I got a bit confident with these hidden divergences, and I was trying to, I've been talking them up all for the last couple of weeks, and when three presented, they weren't ideal setups. Everything was too close and too tight already. Should have just ignored all three, and now I'm paying the price. But love a challenge. Right, Aussie USD, nothing happening at the moment. Trend lines in place, possible double top / regular bearish divergence, because at the moment it looks like the MACD Platinum's rolling over, so you've got lower highs on the MACD Platinum, possibly, hasn't been confirmed yet, and technically that's slightly higher there, or it's double top, doesn't matter. They're divergent, one's going one way, the other's going the other way. Pound CAD, another one that was hedged because of Brexit. I've got a few sells here. There's buy, big gap at the election there. You see that where the red dot, green dot is, big gap, that's all election. I was hoping to make a few pips out of this buy, and then in the meantime now it's rolling over. You can see it's all rolling over. Probably maybe get a sell signal tomorrow. I might actually take this one. I know I've been saying about the pound CAD, but these sells, I'll close that buy if it sort of stays at that area, and take another sell, because it wouldn't take much to get down there. This can be a fast-moving pair. Got regular, possible regular bearish divergence there, so it'd be worth the risk. But the way it's dropping at the moment, I might lose a few pips on that buy. We'll see. CAD yen, no, what are we at? We took a buy here, went against me. My stop would have been below this low here somewhere. So it went up a little bit and dropped down. Didn't touch my stop. MACD Platinum was still below the 0 level. Gone up again, teased me. Oh, I was in 3 trades here, that's right. Must have taken a buy here, sell, that's a second buy. And I remember, yeah, that's right, last week's video I said it hit the overall break-even level about 3 times. And as soon as it got up this time, I said, no, it shot up there nicely. I think I closed out that original buy. Yeah, previous buy and sell trades closed. So the original buy, sell, then I closed 0.04 of that second buy trade, which is in here, up here somewhere, and the stop's in there. Now it's getting close to this previous high. Just give this a day or so, and I'll watch that. What I might do is close another 0.01, because at the moment I'm plus 0.02 at that high. People ask about exiting trades and that. Something like this previous high here, I could have done it now or this morning. It's there. Close that. Leave my stop in place. It just locks in a little bit more profit. It's only a few pips, but you look at, if you even look further left, this was the same sort of high there, so it's an area that's of significance. If it breaks through there, great. I've still got half a 0.01 on there. Moving right along. Damn. Pound Swiss, this is my only mod MACD trade at the moment. It's the only one with a fast MACD. So it's the bonus system from the basics book. Basically, it's the fast MACD. Instead of normal default settings, it's got 6, 12, and 1. So that's the main indicator when it crosses this 0 level. It's a pretty good pair to trade it. Took a buy back here. I did put a stop in place before the elections. and I was shot up. I thought, you beauty, because it meandered for a while. But then now have a look at today, dropping, heading down quickly towards my stop. This extra blue MA 25 SMA, it's a part of this system. So to take that buy, for example, when it confirmed, it's always on the confirmation, so the candle has to close. Price has to actually close above the 25 SMA also on a buy and below for a sell. And it's nice if you get a green dot in the QMP filter. Happened one candle after here, it's no big deal. Yeah, but now it's probably going to get stopped out, but that happens. New Zealand Swiss, ooh, it's actually going my way. Took a sell here, you can read my notes. It went against me, my stop's in place. I don't know how I based my stop there. I put it in a good spot though. Yeah, so a lot of people would put their stop right above, because there's my entry there. So you can see prices come up here and drop down. People put their stop tight up here and see just that little poke through, because that's where everyone puts their stop. So I put mine a fair distance away. You're not changing your risk if you're doing the old risking 2% and basing your position size on that. It just means your position size is a little bit smaller. So here, there was divergence. There's still further divergence, and it's gone up close to my stop, and it's back down now below my. It's coming back towards the 240 LMA, so hopefully it pushes down through that. The MACD is still above the 0 level, so it's all pretty good. Moving right along, I've probably been jibber-jabbering a bit too much on this one. Swiss franc, this one's got one extra little coloured line. The blue dash line is parity, 1.01 US dollar equals 1 Swiss franc. It's a number, big number. Price does hit it a lot, has done in the past, we'll do it again. So I took a sell here, I've already closed half, stop in place here. I tightened my stop up when I got this blue dot on the MACD platinum below the 0 level, because now I'm looking for buys. In the meantime, it's been a tough bet to trade on the daily chart. You can tell by my minus 434 pips on it. I vow I'm going to get that back, which is probably not the right thing. Pound New Zealand, here we go. I drew this trend line in, as you've seen in my previous videos. And look at this. This is an ugly chart at the moment, so I'm not trading it, but I love how this trend lines. I just keep on extending it every day. Look at that, bouncing off it, bouncing off it, bouncing off it. Went broke through it and straight back up to it, held on it, and back through it again, up. Now it's back on it again. It's unbelievable. So that's just doesn't really help with your trading, other than it's an area that it's like a magnet at the moment. And look at this, it's just a long, shallow sort of, it's not a pair I'm trading at the moment, so just watching it. Pound USD, this is one pair I am trading. I was in a few sells here, a high risk position. I had to take a buy to hedge, went up nicely. UK elections, now it's coming down. This is another one similar to the pound CAD, was it? Where I'm going to, if a sell presents, I will take it. I'll probably close that buy and try and work my way back to these sells. Got a heap of pips in the bank, but it's not enough to cover these losses at the moment. So we'll just wait and see what happens. Might try and make a few more pips if I close that buy, and if price keeps on heading down, great. You got to remember too, we're coming up to Christmas. Like I said, it's 1 week away. Markets tend to thin right out, like all the big traders around the US and the UK, which is the majority of the institutions and the banks, etc. A lot of the Western countries celebrate Christmas. So you've just got your junior traders on. They're not trading the same size. They've got their minds are elsewhere. Everyone wants to be at home with family, etc. So you just got to watch it around Christmas too. Sometimes a lot of people suggest you take a break over Christmas and don't worry about coming back to the second week in January. Me personally, I'm not a huge fan of Christmas. I know it's a bit of a Grinch thing, whatever you call it. But yeah, it's just, I'll trade through Christmas. But I know the markets are thin and you've just got to be careful, that's all. All right, pound USD, something I've got to work my way out of. New Zealand Japanese yen, nothing happening at the moment. Possible regular bearish divergence setting up. Good pair to trade. Gold, it's been going sideways. Look at this. I'm hedged at the moment, just not even sure what I'm doing. I'm just waiting for some clear directions. The good thing is all these trades are pretty close. Had this big run up on the left here, then it's just sort of slowly meandered down. Stock market's going up, this thing's going down, but it's going down slowly. I'm not sure what's happening here, but we'll just sit and wait, and we'll try and make some of these pips back. Silver, much the same as gold. It's very similar correlation there between the two. There was a buy signal here, but it's just, I didn't like it. This is heading down sort of thing. You know, look, there's a high, lower high, lower high, lower high, until it gets a clear direction to the upside and pulls back and has another up. And now the MACD is above the 0 level. I'm in no trades at the moment. Got a few pips in the bank, so I'm no rush. All right, it's probably dragged on a bit through the charts there, guys. Sorry about that, but just try to make sure you understand everything. So once again, thanks to everyone that's joined the group. Thanks to those people that watch my videos. Always appreciate it. If you do like them, please either subscribe or at least hit the like button. It'd be much appreciated. For those members who have been hanging around and putting up with my crap for the last few years, thanks for that. Always appreciated also. And like I said, don't get too concerned. You know, have a break from the charts over Christmas. You know, it's a good time to spend time with family. Me, I'm at home. I'm in Vietnam. Everyone else, my family's in Australia, so I'll be trading right through Christmas. Might stop and have lunch on Christmas Day, and that'll be about it. But no. Right, everyone, enjoy your night, and I will chat again possibly tomorrow in the Facebook and Telegram groups. Cheers. Thank you.